Alright, this is my Mesa Boogie I have for sale. It's a Blue Angel 4x10. Pretty straightforward. The only thing really special about these, besides it being this awesome rare amplifier, is you've got three settings: your 6v6, 4xEL84, or you can run all six at the same time. All the pots are pretty clean. It's got a little dust in the volume, but other than that, everything's pretty straightforward. I'll be running it through a completely stock Mexican Strat. It's out of tune. One thing I notice about it is if you're running anything single coil through it, it's best to dial the bass back a little bit. So it can do stuff like that. On the neck pickup. A good bass response. I'm running all of this through a really cheap condenser mic. So you're getting about 30% of the bandwidth of what you'd get out of something nicer. I've used this in the studio. It has a not a microphone, it has a fan that you kind of have to disable in the studio. Which is fine, because you're not going to be able to run it at the volume on stage where it needs the fan that you can in the studio. I like it for being super clean, but I can still run all my pedals through it, get it as dirty as I want. I can't really break into the clean headroom of it inside the house, because I want to keep all my pictures. But this is one of the loudest amplifiers I've ever heard. This is on the lowest watt setting, and it's maybe on 2. So yeah, good bass response, does everything nice. Some of that, the noise you're hearing is because I have a fluorescent light going and I'm using single coils, so can't really get rid of a whole lot of that. This amp has really good clarity across the whole bandwidth of what a guitar does. That's another thing I really like about this amp is if your playing style has a lot of different velocities of pick, it picks it up really well. Like, for instance, that comes out pretty clean, but yeah, it can vary around, and this is on the lowest volume setting. The other settings, this is the EL84, gives it more of a I don't know, an English circuit sound. I like the L84 side clean for doing, you know, Jimi Hendrix stuff. A lot more trebly. My settings, by the way, for EQ, and all of these sweep really wide. So it's a Mesa Boogie. I've got everything, the treb and mid on about 1 o'clock, and the bass is back to about 10 because I'm playing on this particular guitar that's really bassy. Reverb, I mean, it works. I actually really like the reverb on this guitar. I think short of like a Princeton or something, it's probably the best reverb you're gonna find. Then your Simulink over here just means you're playing all 6 tubes at once. I actually don't like it because I think it, I don't know, it's not my thing. It brings out all of the bassy, kind of single purpose side of the American, you know, 6v6, and then it also puts in all the mids of the English circuit, and you just end up with kind of a totally toneless sound. Not my thing. Some people like it. You'd probably like it if you shelled out the money and bought this amp. One note about it, I mean, it's loud. It'll get up there in overdrive. Like I said, I'm in a house. I can't do that. I would knock all the pictures off the wall. This is without a doubt the loudest freaking 36 watts I've ever had access to. Yeah, so that's a sound demo of it. It's a nice amp. You'd probably like it. Yeah, you know, the metal guys that I know, they like this amp, but usually you're running, you know, like a DS1 or something into the front of it. The nice thing about this particular amp is that it's the dual rectified Mesa Boogie power section without the really high clippy sound of the Mesa Boogie preamp section that I don't really like, and a lot of people don't like. So you can have all that nice, you know, overdrive mids from whatever pedal you put in front of it, and then run it at, you know, the clean Mesa Boogie top end power. It's good for country, it's good for metal, it'll do whatever you want. And that's kind of the point, is that you can run whatever you want into the front end of this thing and you're not going to reach its headroom. I've played it on stage and had it up to about 5, and that's where it breaks up and starts getting the nice Fender, you know, breakover range. You can't do that in a house. I don't know, if I was going to still be a stage playing musician, playing a lot of outdoor shows, you can't do better than this amp, especially for what I'm offering it at. But, you know, if you're looking for something to sit in your apartment and play without waking up the neighbors, it'll do it. But it's not, it's pretty far outside its operating range. On the other hand, though, it looks really cool. I've had this thing just sitting in my living room. It almost looks like a nice piece of furniture, which is all I can really use it for, because there aren't a lot of big clubs in this town that can take that thing unless you're playing in a metal band, or if they just like you better, which they don't like us very much. Anyway, yeah, if you want to see other videos of it actually being used on stage, you can search Drop Top Lincoln. Most of our later videos will be played through this amp. I'm just looking to downgrade, find something smaller. open to trade it for some sort of keyboard setup, but only for about half, so some $500, you know, and then the keyboard setup. Anyway, yeah, let me know.